What's up out there? In today's Learning Path of Exile video, I wanted to go over the cosmetic shop, and specifically because we are having a weekend stash tab sale. So I wanted to talk about these. First and foremost, let's talk about stash tabs real quick. There are probably two that I would say are pretty much required to get, and that is going to be the currency stash tab and the map stash tab. Those are the most useful stash tabs you can actually purchase. And this one's 120, which is on sale is 12 bucks. And this one is 60, so that's $6. So you're looking at $18. And there's their big stash tab sale as we talk. So let's run through all these different tabs that are available and just talk about them real quick. First and foremost, gym stash tab. Now, let me qualify this. I have bought all the stash tabs and I don't mind having them. It's nice to have something to send all your items into. And basically what these tabs do is organize your inventory for you, or your stash. So you can set what's called the affinity on this. And when you hold control down and click on an item, it goes into a specific tab. So when you clear out all your garbage or all the stuff that you're getting from the loot you've collected, when you're clearing out all your loot, that's the best word. You're clearing up your loot, you hold control and click on things. If there's an affinity for it on any of these tabs, those items automatically go into that tab. So it makes sorting out after combat and running maps and stuff like that much simpler. Now, like I said, I've bought all the tabs. You definitely don't need to. And the two that you really want for the short answer is currency and maps. Those are the best. Now, let's talk about the rest of these. So there's a gem stash tab. This one stores all the gems. Once you get Lily unlocked, you can go buy whatever you need. This is for like storing spillover. Totally not required. And I find myself using it less. I dump everything into it and I'm kind of not using it as much anymore because I just go over to Lily and buy what I need and move on. Now, this is good for storing stuff and you could probably sell off of it and all that. And it's good for searching and everything. It was kind of nice at first, but the more I use it, the less I care about it so much. So if you're worried about having the gem stash tab, you totally don't need it. It's not a required one. The flask tab is totally not required. You can get by completely without this. Now, this upgrade to premium stash tabs, what this does is you start off with 5 basic tabs. And those, I don't think they can be renamed. I don't think you can change the color on them. I think they are just what they are. I think there's a way of trading off of them. People keep telling me there is. But if you upgrade them to the premium stash tab, you get the chance to rename it, the chance to recolor it. You can set, I can't remember if you can set the affinities or not. I think so, but I can't remember. But there's little bonuses on here. Yeah, premium tabs can have their name and color changed whenever you want. And this basically upgrades what's in your tab. So you get 5, so you have to buy 5 of these to upgrade everything off of it. To me, it was worth it because I got to rename them and change the colors and stuff like that. And they're fairly cheap. So then this also lets you sell stuff from it. So if I was going to sell, I'd probably use this one maybe. But they're nice to have. Or they're nice to upgrade the free tabs. Totally don't need to do this at all. The next one is the currency stash tab, which I've already said. This one you definitely want. And you can have 5,000 of each type of currency. This one is totally worth it. The next one up here, premium quad stash tab. So where you have these regular tabs, they're only about that big. The quad is 4 times that. So every quad that you get gives you 4 times the storage. The thing I don't like about these is they're really small. So if you're trying to fit armor and stuff in there, if it's got like a 6 spot that it's going to fit, sometimes you'll drop it onto a helmet or something because you can't quite see where the outline is of where you're dropping the item. So that's kind of annoying. But you get 4 times the storage as a regular stash tab. And you can also sell off these. All of these can be renamed and change the color of the tab up at the top. So these are all really nice. Premium tab would be the third one the first, how can I say this? In order of priority, you're going to do currency and maps. Those are the first 2. The third one would be 1 or more quad tabs. Those are really handy. And you can set the affinity for everything else in here. And I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but one of the tricks that I did early on when I started buying stash tabs, I wasn't sure all the tabs that I wanted to buy. So what I would do is set the affinity on one that I had, like a regular tab or a quad or something like that. And I would set it to divination, blight, whatever. And it, that way when I control clicked on my loot from a run, it would just go wherever it needed to go. And if any of those happen to fall in, say the the tab I had for Blight or whatever, then I would think, okay, I need to buy that. And that's when I started finding out that I was getting divination cards, essence cards, and it also helped me figure out what the loot was. Like you just get a whole bunch of stuff and you're not sure where it comes from. So you can use that affinity section on your free tabs to kind of set that and figure out what the loot is and what you're getting. So on from the premium quad tabs, kind of a little sidetrack there. We're going to go into the divination tab. This one is a nice to have one. This is not required by any means, but the cool thing is once you start getting divination tabs, you can set this one to filter it on what you own. By default, it shows you like everything, which there's a lot of them, but you can set this to what you own. And then you can set it, once you start getting enough, you can set it to what's completed, because you have to have like one or two, well, depending on how the divination card is, you have to have more to turn in. Like some of them take 9 cards to turn in. So if you've only got 2 of 9, you don't have enough to turn it in. So it's not complete, but you can actually filter this on the completed ones. And then you can go look at what all you can go take off and buy, or you can just look at all the ones you own and filter out all the extra crap. So it's got some really nice filtering options on it. Totally not required. Moving on to the map stash tab. We established this one. You just really need this one. You're going to get so many maps. This one does a really nice job of organizing everything. And it says here you can hold 72 of each. Basically, this is your inventory in the game. Every one of these little buttons up here has your inventory for each map. Well, let me rephrase that. This button is like tier 1, and then tier 1 is going to have so many of these little buttons down here. Each of these little buttons for each map, like the Abyss or whatever the maps are, Crypt, whatever the names are, the name of the map is going to be a whole, like you can have 72 of that Crypt map. And that is the size of your inventory. So if you look at your inventory in the game and you think, man, I'm going to have one of those for every single, there was what, 100 different maps in the game or something like that. So you get a huge amount of storage space for this money. So well worth it. Very much worth it. Blight stash tab. You don't really see Blight until after you're done with the campaign. And even now, I'm really not seeing it all that much. I don't really know that it's so worth it, but for now, I'm going to say it's probably not very worth it at all. The essence stash tab, I like this one. So you're going to get a lot of essence early on. You may not need it. It's probably more of a, hey, this might be a good idea. Once if you want to spend a little bit more money, you're going to get a lot of essence if you don't, participate in trade and all that. If you just hang on to them like I do and you just throw them in there, it's a nice place to park all that stuff. Not required by any means, but it's pretty handy. Same thing with this fragment one. I've started getting quite a few fragments, but this is more after the campaign. Like the essence tab, you're going to get stuff throughout the campaign. You'll be able, you're going to have this one for a long time. The fragment tab is nice, but probably not required. Premium stash tabs. Now this is basically if you wanted to add another premium stash tab. We talked about upgrading your base tab to a premium one. So if you wanted to just add more premium ones, you certainly can. And these are cheaper than quads. They hold less, but they're cheaper, and you can, you can sell off of them, trade, stuff like that. Metamorph stash tab, probably not required at all. I've gotten very little metamorph stuff. I like the metamorph mechanic, but I'm not really seeing a whole lot. And this doesn't start until you're in the mapping section anyway, so you're not going to need this. This is like maybe a down the line one if you're just looking to spend some, if you got some extra currency to spend, extra the gold coin or whatever, you can probably skip that one. Delve, I think Delve might be useful once you really get into Delve, like if you really dive into it and start going into it. But I'm going to say it's kind of in the same realm with Metamorph. I have gotten quite a bit of Delve stuff, and I haven't really interacted with the Delve mechanic a whole lot. So this one might be kind of useful, but it's definitely not a must-have. Let's see here. Extra stash tab. So I guess this must just be a basic tab, I guess. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but whatever. Unique collection. So this is all your unique items. The unique one I like having, I guess if I've seen people say if you're solo self-found, this is probably a good one to have. I like having it. I like to see I want to actually complete the collection of all the uniques myself, but this is totally not required. There is a premium bundle where you can get 6 of them, probably for a little bit of a discount. And then down here is the Delirium one. Now, Delirium, I don't think I've really gotten much of anything off of it. So even though I have it, I don't think I've actually collected anything to it. So probably not required at all either. Then there's a stash tab bundle if you wanted to just buy a huge chunk of them. There you go. So that's the stash tabs. To get points, to buy the actual gold that is used in here, you have to go over to the big green buy points button in the upper left. And I'm hiding it with my face up here. But if you go into that, you're gonna be greeted by different packs. So if you wanted to just spend a very small amount of money in the game, that's what these are for up here. If you want to actually start spending some money on the game and $30 or more, your best bet is to buy these supporter packs, because the supporter packs come with items, cosmetics, and stuff inside the game, as well as their full value of gold. And it's not hard to understand what full value means, but it takes on a different meaning when you actually start purchasing things. So mini games would probably sell you some cosmetics and give you a little bit of gold along the way so that the value's tuned to it. With this, if you spend $30, you're going to get $30 worth of gold, plus all the cosmetics that come with it. So if you were looking at spending $30, it is not worth your time to get a 20 and a 10 pack. That's 2 purchases you have to make. And if you have tax and all that kind of stuff, you have to pay tax twice. So if you're looking at spending $30, just get the $30 pack. Don't try to combine these. Now, if you're just trying to get out a little bit cheaper and maybe do like an $18 one, you could certainly do the $20 pack. US, your currency's going to change. There is a one-time purchase of a cosmetic. It's a $20 one. It's like some blood thing. I've already bought it, so I don't see it on here. But there is an alternative that comes with cosmetics and coin for $20. And the mistake I made is in the Crucible season, I think I bought the $60 one. So what I did is I bought the $30 pack, then I bought like the $20 blood thing I was talking about, and then the $10 one, and then I upgraded to the $60 cosmetic. So I should have just bought the $60 cosmetic one to begin with, but I kind of farted around with it, and that was lessons learned. But from what I understand, the developer might roll these forward. So if you've already spent $10 and you want to upgrade, they might include that money in, so you're not losing anything. It's $10. It's not worth my time to go screw around with it. I've spent way more now, but there is the upgrade option as well. So like I said, I bought the $30 pack and then I upgraded to the $60 pack. The problem is you have to pay tax twice. So it's in your interest. If you're looking at the $60 pack, it's probably in your interest to just go ahead and get the $60 one. If you're going for the $30 one, just get the $30 one. And you can totally get a whole bunch of stash tabs. I think I got, with my initial $30 purchase, and I can't remember everything I bought, but I definitely got the currency one, the map one, and a quad at least for that $30. So you can go a long way without spending a whole lot of money. You can get quite a few stash tabs and even upgraded some of the other ones if you want, or whatever, however you want to do all that. There's a whole ton of other cosmetics in here. So if you have money left over from buying the stash tabs, that's what all this other stuff is for, is buying all the other cosmetics that you want. I got a ton of money sitting here to go, and I don't even know what cosmetics I want. But I have enough that I bought all the stash tabs that I wanted this weekend, and I thought I would make a video about it. So here we are. To round this out, there are different versions of this. Like there's usually 2 different kinds of supporter packs. There's one that I'm going to say the one that I like and the one that I don't like. So there's a $30, $60, and $90 version of this for each league. Then there's a $30, $60, $90 of this one. And I wasn't real keen on this one. I didn't think this looked as good as the other one. So I went with the other one basically. And I did that with Crucible. There's 2 options for supporter packs for that league. Now there is core supporter packs, and these I believe are available yearly. So I think these actually come off of the list in like December or something like that. And then I guess new ones are probably coming up in January or whatever. These are significantly more expensive. These start at $60 and go up to $480. But the difference with these is this one doesn't here, or does it? Somewhere in here, you actually start getting t-shirts and hoodies. Oh, I guess I should look at the pictures. So these all start giving you t-shirts here, and then a t-shirt and hoodie with these 2. But the cool thing with these, if you're going to spend this kind of money, is if you buy the most, well, all these stacks. So if you buy the $600, or if you buy the Hellfire one for $1,000 or $100, it's 1,000 coins, but for $100, you get the Tormentor and the Hellfire. If you go all the way down and buy Voidborn, you're getting all of these, all 5 of these in once. I mean, it's $480, but you're getting all of those if you want to spend that money and get like t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. And like they have all kind of different cosmetics with it and all kinds of different stuff. But I wanted to do a video about the cosmetic, and not so much the cosmetics, but the stash tabs and how you buy packs and stuff, to kind of just go over what I learned as I played and bought. You don't have to buy everything all at once either. You can buy little bits and pieces here and there as you see fit. That's kind of how I've done it. I bought little chunks here and there, and the further I've gotten into the game, the more I've bought. And I certainly don't mind having all the stash tabs, but there are some that you really just don't need. And there's some basic ones that you really do need. You can absolutely play the game totally free and not worry about ever spending money. You will get tight on storage. That's the only thing you have to worry about. But if you're a hoarder and you like things, you know, you're a little OCD about stuff and you want things organized, there are stash tabs for all that. If you want to splurge and spend the money, there's stuff there. If you don't want to spend money, that's an option. And if you want to spend a little bit of money and just get a few things here and there, get the currency one, the map one, and maybe a quad. And that should do almost everything you could ever imagine, unless you just want all the other stuff. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.